let's get to Monday Night Football. Can we bet Tua in the cold? Because that's what we have. That's basically the first question you have to answer around this game. Do you trust Tua in the elements? Yes or no?
Kickoff, 16 degrees. The real feels going to be 9 degrees when they start this game. Can I trust him? I can. I can do anything. I can do a lot of different things. I think it's overblown. Tua, Daniel, in a cold. I do. Tua is 0-5 straight up. Mike McDaniel, he is 0-7 straight up. Here's why I believe that it's overblown. First off, let's go to last week. So what do people consider the cold? You always make fun of people that have trends and, wait, the starting and ending points are really interesting. You're not going all the way back. You don't want to go back. You want to eliminate certain data points. Like, why do you want to eliminate certain data points? Oh, because it makes your stats sound better, right? So let's start at 40 degrees or colder. That's cold. Yeah, 40 or lower. Hey, Dolphins won last week, right? You know what the official kickoff temp was for the Dolphins-Jets game last week?
I'm going to guess it was in the 20s.
It was 41. So our stat of 40 degrees or colder is still alive. That's why that still works. Tua is 0-5. Yes, the Dolphins won that game, but it was 41 degrees, so it doesn't count towards this trend. Let's keep selling it. 0-5 in the cold. Can't win in the cold. Can't win in the cold. That's one reason I think it's overblown. We have an example last week. It was cold. They won. It was a crap opponent, but you still have to bring it up. And when we get to that record, that 0-5 record, I think you need to take a look at those teams, at those matchups, instead of just saying he can't win. He's winless. He sucks. Okay? If you go to in 2022, San Francisco, lose to them. They were 13-4 that year. Also in 22, Buffalo, they were 13-3 that year. Also in 22, they played those Bills in the playoffs, a damn good team. 23, they played Kansas City in the playoffs, part of this sample. Obviously an excellent team. Green Bay in 24, they were 11-6 last year. That's the 0-5, folks. All double-digit win teams, awesome seasons for those teams. So they all happen to be in very tough spots, and we're not counting last week's win with the Jets. And this time around, it's the Steelers. The Steelers are worse than any of those 5 opponents that is part of this sample size. Pittsburgh -3 at home, and they don't have TJ Watt. So to answer your question, can we trust Tua in the cold? I think we can. In some of those games, Sam, Buffalo lost 32-29. The other Buffalo loss, 34-31. They're a lot closer than that 0-5 would suggest.
I don't think TJ Watt is being accounted for enough, at least his absence, what I'm trying to say. Like, the look-ahead number was 3.5, and Watt's out, and now the number's only 3. He's only worth half a point. I think he's worth at least 2. So this feels a little bit bloated, to use a word. I think the number should be closer to 1.5, 2. But this is what you do this late in the season. All right, these teams are both mid. Who's at home? We'll make them 3. Like, that's bookmaking 101. And then we'll see where the money goes. And clearly there's not enough money on either side to get this off the 3. Now, the favorite's getting expensive. DraftKings -115, FanDuel -118, BetMGM -118, BetOnline -120. So they're juicing the favorite. I'd take the points. Like, if I had to pick this game tonight and we've got 2.5 hours left to go to decide, I would take 3 at, -105 or even money. That would be my play, at least as of now.
Yeah, I see one domestic book that decided to go to 3.5. They're the only one out there, 3.5. So they're looking for some Dolphins money. Please, can we balance this out a little bit? I agree with you that the only play is Miami here. And people are going to be scared to do that, and I understand. +3. I'm holding off. I'm not jumping right now because, like you mentioned, it's juiced. So we might get to 3.5. What's the public going to do all day? As liability is building up going into that game tonight, they're going to be on the Pittsburgh side. They're going to look at Aaron Rodgers and see that he had 284 yards last week against Baltimore on the road and say, oh, yeah, Rodgers is used to this. He played his entire career, much of his career in cold weather. Green Bay, New York, he's going to be fine. And maybe he's back. Look at what he did last week. This is a weaker team, Miami. Tua can't play in the cold. McDaniel can't coach in the cold either. He's going to look all freezing with the huge jacket and all that and try to be funny with his halftime interview. There's nobody lining up to take the Dolphins in this spot. And I think there's reason to. This is a Dolphins team. Yes, not the strongest of schedules, but they've won 4 in a row. One of those 4 games was against Buffalo. Weaker opponents lately, Washington, New Orleans, New York Jets. But yeah, I agree. This game should probably be closer to a pick'em, and people are looking with some recency bias. Tomlin does have a great record Monday Night Football, but a lot of that is straight up record, and it's when he had much better teams, much better defenses, probably better quarterbacks than what he has right now. But if you are looking at a Tomlin Monday Night Football, 22-5 straight up since 92. 22-1 straight up at home on Monday night. And that only loss was when they didn't have crowd, the COVID season. So there's more reason that people are going to jump out. Like Rodgers, Tomlin, home team, fade Tua, fade McDaniels. Yeah, I could see us getting to 3.5.
There's part of me that's terrified of betting the Dolphins and watching Tua try to rip that first laser through the cold, and it gets picked off and taken back for a touchdown, and I'm going to be like, damn it. Sure. I knew it was a dumb bet, yet I still made it anyway. I mean, we do have to drill home the fact that it's going to be 9 degrees. Yeah. 9 in Pittsburgh. So that's not great. I see that single-digit number right now, and I'm like, do I really want to? Because obviously 10 is different than 20, which is different than 30, which is different than 40. Like comparing games that were 10 degrees and 30 degrees, it's just not the same. And we know that. I mean, we're Chicago guys. We're used to the cold. 10 is cold. 9 is cold. I mean, it's brutal. Go stand outside for 3 hours at 9 degrees. It's not fun.
Man.